Today, I'm going to discuss about why U.S. real estate market is so flawed. My name is Alexander Kofi Bangnea. Americans have relied on mortgage to buy homes for many years, and there are some challenges that I'm going to outline concerning about the real estate market in the USA.
Housing should be a right and not a privilege. Every American deserves a safe and stable place to call home.
Rent growth has accelerated coast to coast in big cities, rural areas, east, west, south, north, just across the entire economy.
A lot of jobs that require a bachelor's degree are going to go away.
Our mortgage system is one of the main factors that decides who has a stable financial life, and it needs to serve all of America, and it's not doing that.
Mortgage rates are on the rise, and they're not showing any signs of slowing down.
Mortgage rates have now risen up above 5% for the first time in a long time, and home prices have also been rising.
If you look at predictions of where mortgage rates may be, say, 2 or 3 years from now, most people are looking at interest rates to 7 to 7.5%.
A mortgage typically refers to a loan used to buy a piece of real estate, for which that property serves as collateral. Today, 63% of homeowners in America are paying off their mortgages, according to Zillow.
Every percentage increase in a mortgage rate significantly increases the monthly payment, especially for low and moderate income families. So there are good reasons in the broader economy for raising rates, but this isn't good news for those trying to purchase a home.
But experts say that high rates aren't the only issue with mortgages that could hinder Americans from achieving home ownership.
Our economy has totally transformed in the last 50 years, and mortgages have not. If we update our system to better serve everyone in America, it will profoundly advance us in having a more equitable country.
How do mortgages make it more difficult to own a home in the United States? And can anything be done to solve it? The price of a home often exceeds the amount of money that most Americans save. Mortgages exist to allow these individuals and families to purchase a home with a small down payment, receiving a loan for the remaining balance. But cost still remains a big issue.
We have an affordability crisis in the United States, and I would say COVID actually revealed and exacerbated an existing crisis, but it's only gotten worse. So what we fundamentally have is a supply problem, and that correlates with an affordability challenge.
Americans today are forced to take larger loans to finance a home. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta found that a median income household would need to spend 34.9% of its yearly income on a median priced home. For reference, households that pay more than 30% of their monthly income for housing are considered cost burden, according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
The cost factor is also why there is currently a large percentage of renters wondering if they'll even ever be able to move from renting to owning. And even condos and townhouses are raising in cost across cities for $500,000 and up, significantly raising the down payment amount in mortgage loan debt.
Saving for a down payment is one of the biggest barriers to home ownership. The Center for Responsible Lending calculated that a typical worker needs 8 years to save for a 3% down payment for a medium-priced home, and 30 years for 20%. While certain programs like FHA loans allow homes to be purchased with smaller down payment, being able to afford a high down payment comes with its own set of benefits.
If you come in with a lot of money down, it's easier to qualify for a mortgage. It's also less expensive to get a mortgage.
Something like 40% of families in America have no financial margin. They couldn't even afford a $400 medical bill or challenge. So the idea of being able to save a 20% down payment is almost unimaginable. And again, it goes back to the fact, worse than ever right now, is that food costs are going up, energy costs are going up, rents are skyrocketing so much faster than incomes right now. All of those get in the way of families being able to save for a down payment.
A number of state and local institutions also offer what's known as down payment assistance programs to combat this issue.
There is not nearly, though, enough money for those down payment programs. The other problem has been that the programs are not standardized, and it makes it harder for lenders to use them and more reluctant to use them. And it also makes it harder for people to know about them and how they qualify for them.
Congress was considering a big package of down payment assistance for first-generation home buyers as part of the debate over Build Back Better last year, but the Senate failed to enact the bill, so that's, we're still hoping that might be revived.
Another prominent issue is the lack of small dollar mortgages, or loans issued for less than $100,000.
Having smaller mortgages is important because by definition, those are going to be affordable for a family on a more modest income.
For first-time homeowners, a lot of these small dollar mortgages are available for affordable, low-cost properties in urban, suburban, or rural communities.
Prior to the pandemic, more than a quarter of home sales nationwide were priced below $100,000. Yet, just 23.2% were purchased using a mortgage, compared to 73.5% of homes priced at or above $100,000, according to the Urban Institute.
It is particularly hard for people who are buying smaller houses with smaller mortgages to find a lender and to get that mortgage, and they also surprisingly are more expensive.
And the issue has been getting worse. The total value of mortgage loans between